Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Our Darker Purpose. We're going right back into the actual game, unfortunately. Although this is like my third attempt to do this video because of technical difficulties, but oh well, that comes with playing this fucking game. Which is why you shouldn't. I'm sparing you from a lot. But anyway. Okay, yes, it's actually working correctly. Good. Alright. All of these are terraces, which I believe I've already gone through. Now we're dealing with the Gifted. The steps are littered with shiny bits of metal and wire, and more cowardly hearts might assume that the Gifted await you here. Surely, though, there are plenty of other reasonable explanations for the clanking sounds and occasional shrieks of steam engines. Even if this rumored faction does exist, it is hard to believe that its students, favorites of this administration, would act in an untoward manner. I'll bet. But untoward according to whom? And here, like all these other ones we've already seen before... Oh god, a leafy oversight. Fucking hate that boss. Let's not deal with that. But here's Underlit. Light doesn't travel very far on this floor. At least none of you will have to look at each other. This is a good environment for learning. Yes, by which it means you get bonus XP at the cost of, well... Oh. It's one of those, right. Okay, so... For context... Underlit would normally mean, well, a lot more darkness than this. Barely able to see the nose in front of your face. And, there's another modifier, which is even worse. I think it's even called Pitch Black or something like that. Although instead of gaining a bonus XP, you instead get a discount at the shops, which would be rather nice. But for some reason, certain floors are just really well lit anyway. No, even with those modifiers. And even without any sort of candle or what have you. I don't know why. It's very weird. But it's just another example of the insanity of this game. Nothing really is ever consistent or sensible. Ouch. What's wrong? I keep getting caught on my own thorns. Oh. We're not very well evolved, are we? Quite. That's a metaphor for this whole fucking game, isn't it? Greetings, dear suckers, and welcome to Take Fucking 4. Let's get right back into it, shall we? Alright, here we go. We're dealing with the Gifted today. I'd say that they're some of the most obnoxious enemies in the game, but that description applies to most enemies in this game. Still, it does certainly apply to these. Not these, though. I mean, they are kind of annoying in the fact that, unlike quite a few other traps, completely unaffected by Malice in Wonderland, making your attacks more destructive. Same with Power, which does a similar thing and is easily among the best lessons in the game, despite its obscene cost. And not just for the massive boost to damage. But yeah. It unfortunately only affects things with a solid hitbox that your shots will actually hit. Like, for some fucking reason, your pets. I don't know what. Please don't hurt us. Everyone here is so scary. Except us plants. All of us are really nice. Well, except some of us shoot spikes. But the rest of us are great. Except the bramble. And the giant one that ate all those students. And the spores that it summons. The rest of us are great, though. What a ringing endorsement. We're all great, except the long list of ones that aren't. Thanks. Wonderful. Anyway. But yeah, a lot of... The annoying thing about these guys is that they really like to just negate you in a lot of various ways. Not these guys. These guys are fairly easy to deal with. The tornadoes can make dodging other enemies complicated and can be rather irritating in areas where you're kind of closed off and can't dodge them, but that's the case for a lot of things. But they're normally fairly easy to dodge because they bumble around like that, you know? Well, maybe you don't. And obviously these guys are easy enough. Because unlike certain enemies in Binding of Isaac, these, when they, you know, go into the shell and stop attacking, can still be damaged perfectly fine. They are not one of the whack-a-mole type enemies in this game, astonishingly. But there's a lot of guys. I mean, I think I saw a couple earlier where they've got those shields spinning around them of random bits and bobs, which for some reason are completely unaffected by Malice in Wonderland and power, despite being solid hitboxes, and despite there being other similar enemies that have things spinning around them that are affected by that, such as those, obviously, or the floating enemies, which I just now realize I think look a lot like these. I think these might be the same sort of creature. These are just frozen in stone. Maybe. Anyway. Also, there's a certain mini-boss that can pop up here, which I'm dreading encountering, which will just make it bloody impossible to actually... Oh yes, this guy. Make it bloody impossible to control your own fucking movements, because he's got this stupid wind effect, which blows you in random fucking directions. I don't know if they're random. I think I think they might have some rhyme or reason. But not both. You can't have both. For the same reason you can't have both motion and... See what I mean? It's just impossible to actually control yourself in order to avoid these attacks. Will you die? Whack-a-mole enemies like you should never be this tanky. Ah! I have such a limited I have such a horrifically limited opportunity to hit you. Why do you have 1,000,000 health on top of that? There we go. Holy shit. I was going after him because I figured, oh, it'll be easier to take him out because he has less health. Well, yes, technically he has less health. But Jesus Christ. Anyway. Yeah, those guys. They shoot those little blasts up into the sky, which fall down in locations which are aimed at long after they're fired, some fucking how. Because that makes perfect sense. Yeah, obviously, they should be fired, then be up in the air for a while, and then aim at you. Makes sense to me. And of course, they can effortlessly dodge your attacks, even if you shoot right through them before they make any motion to leave. And yeah, they basically spend 9 hours underground for every 1 minute they spend above. And dodging their blasts tends to overlap with that time that they're up. But anyway. Candelabra matchsticks. Rolling produces flames. Note that any fires within the grounds will be physically inextinguishable between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Good to know. Yeah. It's, kinda useful. Completely useless if you have being scared or vanishing, of course, because why not? Oh. Yeah, this guy, he's not that much worse than the regular version of him, honestly. Besides being tankier, obviously. He shoots out those, but they're even easier to dodge than his regular attacks, honestly. Oh, hello. I've only got a crit rate of 30%. That's going to give me a pretty good bonus. Here's yet another fragile item. Looks even more fragile than the other. Fragile glassware, as opposed to hardy glassware. Max crit chance, broken after taking 80 damage. Students dropping the glassware will eat directly from group cauldrons. What kind of food would you have on a plate that would be in a cauldron? But yeah, this one's definitely the most powerful of the fragile items. Assuming you don't already have a lot of crit chance, which you potentially could. But it's also the most fragile, after only 80 damage, and giving you 0 defensive abilities to mitigate that, unlike the bonus dodge while rolling, or the max resist chance that one of the others has. Which is kind of an interesting effect for a fragile item, actually. In order to gain any benefit from it, you'll have to be reducing its durability. Since resist chance only halves damage rather than removes it like dodge does. But on the plus side, you'll always gain benefit from it. Oh. I mean, I guess there's some potential for not gaining much benefit from it if you're healing that damage basically as fast as you're taking it. But, oh well. Anyway, Clockwork Orphanage is a pretty good one, plus 20% attack speed. Well, this does mean it will be over quicker, too. The Unbearable Interest of Being, on the other hand, is a very interesting one. Plus 7% base move speed, meh. And bonus, tokens gain plus 20% interest at end of level. Now you're practicing usury. What an inspiring example for our other students. You know, that sounds sarcastic, but knowing this administration, that could possibly be sincere. This one is very interesting, because it, of course, incentivizes not using your tokens. Now, normally this would be an interesting sort of push and pull sort of thing. On the other hand, I have, well, +1 damage for each Edgewood Meritorious token in my possession. So, that plus the Unbearable Interest of Being means that I should just pretty much just never use my money, really. It's like double incentive to just hoard. And it means that every floor I'm going to be getting more damage compounded as well. So currently 55. That means I'm going to be getting 11 tokens if I don't get any more by the end of the stage. So that's plus 11 damage. Then that's 66. So I can kill all the Jedi, which means I'm going to be gaining 13 damage. And of course, I've got where is it? Tricker Sweet Loot. What a name. Which means that if I get, say, plus 10 tokens from the boss, that means I'm not just going to get plus 10 damage, but also an additional plus 2 damage at the end of every stage. Obviously, it's more useful to get really early on, but I've still got a fair few stages left to go. Oh, shit. That was a mistake. Why are you not going for those guys? Oh, probably because they... Oh, no, I guess they can be hit. Alright, there we go. Oh yes, I love me my glassware. Right up until I don't. Guess it combos well with a screen nuke like that, I suppose. Anyway, over here is probably going to be the vending machine. No? Okay. Ta. Also worthwhile to deal with assholes like that, which can normally... Those guys, they create this shield that protects them, and they will attack you while the shield is up, and also sometimes the shield lasts longer than it does visually. Bastards is what they are. Haha. Yeah. Piercing shots might not be able to pierce your shield, but birds sure can. Somehow. Oh dear. Oh shit. Nope. Oh. Well. Ooh, nice. Use one of those. You know, I'd say that, where is it? The Edgewood Hall pass combos well with fragile items, but really, it's more accurate to say that the Edgewood Hall pass is just a really good item in general, more so than it combos with anything. One of the best items in the entire game, by my reckoning. And there will be a reckoning. I guarantee you. Oh, hi. Anything worth spending my money on? Nah. I mean, it's 12% dodge for 12 bucks is good, I admit. Why can't I? Why is this grayed out? What? That's weird. 12% dodge, 12% effectively, 12% less damage taken for 12 damage, but it's also, yeah, after just 4 stages, that doubles. Slightly more than doubles. And I'd be losing almost 25 damage. Fuck it. I have no idea if that's a good trade, but frankly, thinking about strategy and shit in this game is a chaotic task at the best of times. There's no sanity in this game, no strategy, just running around and hoping for the best, really. It's probably a metaphor, but a metaphor what? Anyway, let's fight the big pile. Kind of an annoying boss, because he just kind of runs at you and occasionally slings things. That's straight up his entire attack pattern, really. Outside of one thing later on. Yeah, this. Every so often he'll do this, where send out these guys and they'll turn into slimes. And if they reach him, they heal him. Would have really liked to have piercing for that, to be honest, but oh well. At least the roll thing is getting some work done. And so is the dodge. Oh, you've got to be... Yeah, they kind of stop in random locations, so sometimes they just are right on top of it right from the start, and there's nothing you can really do about it. I guess I could hold off the bird thing for those, but actually getting that to hit anything is quite a task. See what I mean? Annoying. Oh, fuck. Where did that come from? What? See? Bloody annoying. At least he doesn't heal much from it, even if they basically all get there. Still though, annoying. Very annoying. 4 bonus tokens, god damn it. Anyway. There we go. Floor 8 complete. Oh, hunted. Would be nice if I had any choice in this, but oh well. Garden of Self-Restraint. As if this game has any fucking self-restraint whatsoever. So yeah, hunting on this stage of all places. Kind of a double-edged sword here. So on the one hand, there's a lot of props to explode and potentially give me coins, but on the other hand, well, exactly what I just said. I guess I could probably, like, carve myself a relatively safe corner. That'd probably be a good idea. I'd be losing out quite a bit of cash doing so, but probably gaining quite a bit of... Uh-oh. Yeah! This is the sort of thing I was referring to! When there's a lot of stuff to explode, sometimes a lot of stuff explodes! And basically all at once. This didn't used to be a thing, by the way, back in the original... Back before the updates that fucked everything up, even more than they were already fucked up. But here we are! Then again, it's a bit of... But okay, sure. At least I got a lot of cash out of it, and actually didn't really lose that much health on the whole, because of all the cash. Oh dear. Great, a mini boss version of those guys. My favorite. It's not even so bad in terms of like the what extra devilish effects it has. I mean, it is pretty fucking annoying having to basically dodge those twice, but oh well. The main thing is that it's just got so much fucking health in combination with its whack-a-mole nature, just like the regular ones, but even worse because it's a mini-boss and thus has like 10 times as much health. There we go. Oh, not even a good item. Ari's binoculars, plus 15% base range. She forfeited her toys the day she decided to skip tunnel maintenance duties. Ha. Well, I no longer have the fragile glassware, but oh well. That was never gonna last. Or did I lose that before? Hang on. Well, whatever. Oh right, I forgot that this is also a area with a secret area. Area with a secret area, that sounds weird. Shit. Ah! Ah! I hate these guys so much. Why are they so tanky and do so much damage and also so difficult to hit? They're just everything bullshit rolled into one. Well, most things anyway. And their stupid attacks, which are aimed like a half second before they land for some fucking reason. Anyway, where was it that ah. This game's trying to kill me. At least it's easy to gain the benefits of the haunting in a room with them in it, because I'm definitely gonna take long enough for them to all explode. Yay. Reduce cooldown on items. Yeah, that's useful. The Velveteen Cabinet. We assure you that house security measures are quite subtle and humane. A good coin is hard to find. Plus 15 life. And enemies twice as likely to drop tokens. Fucking A. Alright. There's more loose change in the house incinerator if you're so inclined. Ta. Well, I'll certainly take extra health. Not quite enough for me to gain more percentage health from those things, but oh well. and twice as likely to drop tokens. I like the sounds of that. Yeah, I'm not gonna get much from here. I wonder... I don't actually know if the things that increase the likelihood of tokens and such dropping actually affects the stuff that drops from the explosions or not. But probably not, because that's the most inconvenient way for it to work, and therefore it's probably how it works in this game. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah. Not really keen on waiting around in a room like this with those fuckers around. And I just realized I haven't been paying attention to the secret area things again. God damn it. Nope. One of the rare times where I'm glad that power allows me to kill my own minions. I mean, pets. I'd like to injure that guy a few times so that I can kill him instantly, but I'm worried about accidentally killing him. You know how it is. Here we go. Alright, now I can probably get away with it. Once they're flashing, I'm pretty sure they're guaranteed to go off, even if you... Wow, I got all of like 2 coins from that, thanks. Okay, maybe it doesn't affect them then. Come on. Probably could have let him go after that guy, but you know me, I never take risks. I'm just gotta make sure that, yeah. Okay, here we go. Hit him. There we go. And 1. Thanks. Oh, these are swipes. Oh, I hate these guys so much. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. You are not... Why wasn't he taking damage? He was not shielded. Because fuck me, that's why. I hate these guys. Sometimes they just fucking just sharply turn away from the wall for no fucking reason. Why you? It should be relatively easy to lead them into a wall, but sometimes they just decide, no, I'm not going to. Fuck you. Hate them. Hate them with every fiber of my being. Anyway, I've nearly got 100 now, which is basically the same as having max crit in the sense of dealing double damage. Ah, fuck. No, I did not dodge that way, you fucking idiot. And you... Wow, thanks, that's really useful. Oh wow, that took out 2 of them. How the heck did that happen? Yeah, that did jack shit. Don't know what I expected. Jack shit, honestly. No. And I got jack shit from that. Ah. Do they just progressively give you less the lot further in the floor you go? I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. I didn't see where it went, god damn it. Which means it probably went up. Yep. Haha. Of course, the instant that I see it, it blows up. Typical. Ooh, that's a fair amount. Well, no, a fair amount would be nothing because I wouldn't be playing this, but... Oh well. This could be tricky. Now would be a good time for me to have a goddamn chalk. You know what? I'm not dealing with this. This is way too small a room for that. Oh, hello. This is that boss fight I was talking about. Attacks have a 5% likelihood of instant killing an enemy. Cursed art supplies. The pipe cleaners issued to Will W. were apparently enchanted. We regret any inconvenience. Yeah, it's a easy mistake to make, I guess. I don't know how useful those are, honestly. You know, tiny chance of instant kill stuff is always dubious at best. Oh, right. Hope I don't accidentally kill this guy instantly. Move speed bonuses also apply to attack range. How many move speed bonuses do I even have? Do I have any? I don't think I have any mana. 10%. 20%. Okay. Yeah. I'd be getting about 20% attack range. Yay. 20% of nearly nothing is still not very much. See what I mean? Like the fucking instant that it is about to hit you. It's when it's targeted. Speaking of targeting, right, it's like an instant. Okay, 106. Nice. And of course the last room is miles away. Technically I could skip it, but I basically never skip rooms in this game. I don't know if that's actually like optimal or not. Certainly optimal here. Easy peasy. I could have even done it the normal way and done it very easily. Plus 20% resist. Yes, a terrible omen, but thankfully only for the student who sees it. Our condolences to William D. A lot of Williams here. Lobster of Foreboding. Ha. Nice. Yeah. Not very foreboding for me, because it's plus 20% resist, which is effectively, like, plus minus 10% damage taken. Sort of. Plus 20% chance of half damage. You know, the way that works. Anti-crits, basically. Fortunately, the enemy cannot crit me. Vexing Vial. Sadly, the affected juice burned through the table, floor, And 5th form history seminar. Is this worth 5 damage? Fuck it. It's boosted by the doctor's note anyway. I could certainly use more health. Oh. Shit, this asshole. I thought it was a different boss. Oh, I guess I must have misread it. But yeah, this asshole. He's not the worst boss of this stage, but he is potentially the worst. Because he is very much a DPS check. Can you... Oh, I think I got the insta-kill there. Heh. Do you have the damage to take out those little spore things quickly enough that you can keep the pressure on, and that you can still keep the pressure on, even as they get faster? If you can't, suffer and die. Or pray that you have the combined damage output and durability to just strictly damage race him. Because those will bugger you. If they get far enough, they'll start creating these little creatures, which will... well, I forget the exact mechanics, but they'll buff this. They'll, like... They have this whole mechanic for buffing the boss to make his attacks ridiculously impossible to deal with. Sometimes I feel like I'm attacking faster when I do that. I wouldn't be surprised with the way the spaghetti code is. Huh? Okay, that's weird. Ah, shit! And of course they stop at fucking random locations, basically. So yeah, if you can't deal with those, suffer. Perish, even. And of course, they get more and more and more. So even if you could deal with them at first, it quickly reaches a point where you might not be able to. Like so. At which point, maybe you should just switch over to just strictly attacking the boss and hoping for the best. Sorry, I was scratching my nose there. Yeah, except that this happens. And suddenly you've got to focus on dodging. And then they do this, and those things, if they reach when they reach the boss, will just start buffing him, and fortunately. Yeah, look at that! Bloody impossible to dodge all of a sudden. Jesus. This boss is stupidly bullshit. It is almost a pure damage race. And if you don't have the damage, eat shit and die. It's as simple as that. And now, so here's where things get a bit confusing. Because you see, I'm not entirely certain where Chapter 3 ends. Because Chapter 3 does not really have a final boss like Chapter 1, 2, and 4. Something weird happens in Chapter 3 the first time you play through that I can't really show you because I'm not at all willing to fuck around with my saves to try and show you a first time through this, because I do not want to even have the slightest chance of having anything bad happen to those and having to do it all over again, which I will not. But anyway, point is, the Chapter 3 boss kind of gets moved and becomes one of the Chapter 4 bosses? I don't know. And also, Chapter 4 only has, like, 2 levels? I think? And there's some weird stuff going on with the library, too. I don't really know. So, as a result, I'm not entirely certain if I should continue on past this point, to be quite honest. The Malady Ward is a Chapter 3 boss, or at least it's in the Chapter 3 lore, but I don't know. If I could remember where Chapter 3 ended back in the first playthrough where it properly ends, then this would be a lot easier. Maybe if I could find someone else's playthrough on YouTube, but that's bloody impossible. Nobody plays this on YouTube, certainly not all the way to Chapter 3. I'm not quite certain. And considering the technical difficulties I've had just getting here, you didn't see the shit I had to go through. I'm sparing you from a lot, as ever. I certainly wouldn't say no to ending this video a bit early. Builder knows my videos are over long as it is. I don't know if you guys care about that, but I certainly do, because it takes a bloody age and a half to edit. But you know what? I am the master of my own destiny. I'm gonna end it here. This seems like a good place to end it anyway, since it's right before the library chapter where... well... you'll see. So... next time, we'll start going through the lore again. You know, the fun part of this game. The only fun part of this game. Man. I should have just grabbed my usual lessons, and to hell with giving you an accurate depiction of what this game is like. These last couple floors have been utterly miserable. Oh well. Without any further ado, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason unsubscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.